Good morning children. Welcome to Andhra Pradesh Samagra Shiksha online classes conducted by Andhra Pradesh Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. I myself, this is B. Pravina Kumari, working as Social Studies CRT, KGBV Garvadi, Vizianagaram district. How are you children? I hope all are you safe and healthy at your home. So children, you are so lucky to listening these online classes carefully and write notes and send to your school teacher. Okay children, today we discuss about the lesson Democratic and Nationalist Revolutions 17th and 18th centuries in history part. In this lesson, first we will discuss about the Glorious Revolution. Glorious Revolution in England. It is also called the Bloodless Revolution. Glorious Revolution also called the Bloodless Revolution. Why we called the Glorious Revolution is Bloodless Revolution, we tell in later. First, we briefly discuss about England. Children, see this is England. First, we know some facts of England. Children, England is located in North Atlantic Ocean. See in this world map, here is England. It is also called as United Kingdom or UK. So it is located in the North Atlantic Ocean. So it is also called Great Britain. United Kingdom is also called the Great Britain. So United Kingdom present currency is pound sterling. It is present currency is pound sterling. So what is the capital city of England? The capital city of England is London. The capital city of England is London. So these are the some facts of the England. Let us we discuss about the Glorious Revolution or Bloodless Revolution. England also called as a Great Britain. These are a part in UK United Kingdom. Some group of countries were formed UK. Some group of countries were formed UK. What are the group of countries? England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. These countries are formed UK or United Kingdom. So, let us we discuss about England. Also, only the country that did not celebrate Independence Day is England. Only the country. We celebrate Independence Day. When we celebrate the Independence Day? Yes, August 15th. But England did not celebrate the Independence Day. So, they established their colonies all over the world like Asia, America, Africa, North America, South America. After they formed the colonies, they established their colonies in America. In the overall world also, they leave some places, only some places. The whole world, they occupy the colonies. So it is also called, the England is also called the. Now coming to our topic, let us discuss about the Civil War. What is Civil War? It means internal war in a country. Civil War means internal war in a country. So, suppose for example, India fighting against Pakistan. It is not a civil war. India fighting against Pakistan or China or another country. It is not a civil war. So, what is civil war? It means internal war in a country. So, let us see the Glorious Revolution or Bloodless Revolution. So first we discuss about the reasons for the glorious revolution. What are the reasons for the glorious revolution? And also we learn about why it is called the bloodless revolution. Why it is called the bloodless revolution. So many revolutions in the world are completely turned into violent. Many revolutions in the world are completely violent. But this was without shedding a drop of blood. But this England revolution is without shedding a drop of blood, without violence. There was completely a considerable change happened in England. Now we discuss about the reasons for the glorious revolution. What are the reasons for the glorious revolution? So, how was England during 17th century? In 19th before 14th century, 15th century, 16th, 17th century, major parts of almost all parts of country were under the control of king. There was a monarchy government. England also in 17th century, it is control of Tudor dynasty. England was under the control of the Tudor dynasty. India was under the control of Mughal dynasty. Our India is control of Mughal dynasty. But England is the control of Tudor dynasty in 17th century. So England is ruled by the Tudor dynasty. 1465 to 1603, Tudor dynasty ruling England. So at that time there was a small problem happened. At the time between the 1465 to 1603 there was a problem. What is that? Pope was the head of the Roman Catholic Church. In England, Pope was the head of the Roman Catholic Church. Pope was believed that he was a greater than the king. Pope was believed he was greater than the king. So what he believed? He was a great man in the world. But kings refused that authority of Pope. Kings believed that England should be independent from the Pope. So kings wanted that the England should be independent from Pope. So what the king believing? I am the boss of the country, not Pope. Kings believed I am the boss of the country, not Pope. So those time all the kings were obey the instructions of Roman Catholic Church or the bishops. But there was a conflict between Pope and king. Pope felt he was the greatest person in the world. Pope felt that he was the greatest person. Kings feel they were the greatest persons. But king felt that England should be independent from Pope. Kings wanted to independence from Pope. This is the first conflict. What is the another conflict? There was a major conflict between the parliament and the king. There was the another conflict between the parliament and the king. What is the reason? Here, parliament believed that I am the more powerful. Parliament believed that I am the more powerful. Parliament members are believing it is more powerful, but king believed king is a boss of the kingdom. He is the highest person in the kingdom. Kings felt he is the highest person in the kingdom. So these two problems are rose in England in the 16th century. So in the 1603, the Tudor dynasty was and the last of Tudor dynasty, royal Queen Elizabeth I. In the ending of the Tudor dynasty, the last queen is Queen Elizabeth I. She is died in 1603, so the Tudor dynasty was end. Now let us see which dynasty coming to rule in 1603. Which dynasty coming to rule the England? In 1603, James one of Stuart dynasty became the king of England. Became the king of England. After 16, here the problem was continue. After coming of the James I, the problem also continued. The king needed to approval of the parliament. James I needed to approval of the parliament. For what purpose they need the parliament? Whenever James I coming to the throne, he need to approval of the parliament. Was to impose taxes. They impose taxes. Approval of any laws. Whether the James I impose taxes or collect laws, approve any laws, James I obey the orders of the parliament. So James I wanted to impose taxes, he wanted to collect more taxes, he need the parliament approval. For the new laws, for the new taxes, anything that must be approved by the parliament. So but James I believed that they did not want to the parliament question one. James I believed. He did not accept the parliament. He feel the parliament didn't question him. The parliament didn't question him. So he believed that absolute powers of the king were given by God. James I believed the absolute powers were given by the God. God has given to chance as a ruler. So he felt all powers he have this. All powers he have. James I felt I have the all powers. So this is called the divine right theory. This theory is called the divine right theory. Because the king felt I am the boss. I am the God. God has created me. So the meaning of divine right theory is by birth king has special powers who has questioned him. Because he was a lot of powers. So he believed in these powers. He did not want to parliament question him. He did not want to parliament question him. He feels the king should not be controlled by the parliament. He felt the king should not be controlled by the parliament. Now let us see what happened on that time. James I ruled from 1605 to 1625. He ruled the England 1605 to 1625. He is succeeded by his son Charles I. He is succeeded by, after James I, Charles I is thrown the kingdom. He came into throne in 1625. Charles I came into throne in 1625. Whenever he came in throne, he dissolved the parliament. Charles I dissolved the parliament. What is dissolved means? It means he cancelled the parliament. He cancelled the parliament. He ruled the parliament. He ruled without parliament in 11 years. He ruled without parliament for 11 years. But what happened suddenly? Suddenly in 1640, he needed some money. Charles I needed some money for different purposes or some wars. Then he was called the parliament. He was called the parliament. He was summoned the parliament. What is summon? Summon means invited the parliament. Summon means invited. He invited the parliament. So king was ordered the parliament to gather them. It was continued to 1640 to 1660. Hence, this parliament is called a long parliament. He invited the parliament in 1640. In 1640 and continue the parliament in 1660. So it is called the long parliament. So parliament decided to control the powers of the king. Whenever the parliament has powers, it decided to control the powers of the king. They wanted to punish the officers and ministers of king. Parliament wanted to punish the officers and ministers of the king because these are supported to the king. The officers and ministers are supported to the king. That's why Parliament wanted to punish them. So courts were abolished by the parliament. These were created by the king. Whatever courts are created by the king were abolished by the parliament. Then there was a civil war started. Already I discussed. What is civil war? Internal war in a country. Internal war in a country. So these both people were fighting for the authority. Parliament and king were fighting for the authority. So this was ended after 5 years. The civil war ended after 5 years. In 1649, king was executed. Charles I was executed. What is the meaning of executed? It means he hanged. Charles I was hanged or killed. Then England became a republic. So what is a republic? It means head of the nation elected by the people. Head of the nation elected by the people. Like our president Ramnath Kovind also elected by the people. Indirectly elected by the people. So it means after some ruled the country, but this republican government was short. Why it is collapsed? In 1649, England became a republic, but it did not rule long time. It collapsed only few days, because in 1688, William of Orange and his wife Mary. William of Orange and his wife Mary. Who is Mary? The granddaughter of the Charles I. The granddaughter of the Charles I were invited by the parliament. So parliament invited the Mary. Parliament invited the Mary and William of Orange to occupy the throne. But they don't have any powers. Who have no powers? William of Orange or Mary have no powers. So this is called as only they have limited powers. This system is called constitutional monarchy. It means what the parliament they have to say, they have to obey. What the parliament say, they have to obey the orders. Like our president in India. In our India, the president have limited powers. This is a new government of republic was changed into constitutional monarchy. So he was a king, but he has no powers. William of Orange and Mary are king and queen, but they have no powers to rule the England. Just they are the kings. That's it. They obey the orders of the parliament. So this took place without shedding a drop of blood. Here hereditary is coming, but they have no powers. This took place without shedding a drop of blood. A system of government changed in England without violence. That's why it is called the bloodless revolution. It is called the bloodless revolution or a glorious revolution. Glorious revolution means a great revolution. A great revolution happened in England. Great revolution happened in England. It means bloodless revolution means transformation of a republic into constitution after the revolution. After the revolution, the control of the country came into the hands to the House of Commons. So in the parliament there is two houses, House of Lords and House of Commons. In the House of Lords there were kings. In House of Commons there is a middle class people. So parliament was under the control of House of Commons. Parliament was under the control of the House of Commons. So those time parliament gave voting right. Parliament gave voting right to a person who are having a land, who are having a property. Those time only voting right was given to the who have the property or who have the land. So they had in 1649 time, but later slowly these were extended to all people. Before 1649, the voting right was given only to the land people or property people. But after 1649, it is slowly extended to the all people. In 1928, it was extended to the all people, including women also. In 1928, the Parliament gave the voting right to all people, including the women also. So this is the England Revolution. This is the England Revolution. See children, see this picture. He is James I. He is James I and he is Charles. After the James I, England king was Charles I. Already we discussed the long parliament 1640 to 1660. The long parliament was started in 1640 to 1660. So this is the glorious revolution or the bloodless revolution. Next we discuss about the American independence. Discuss about the American independence. American independence 1774 to 1789. So see children, this is America in the world map. This is the America. Let us go to our topic. We also discuss about some facts of the America. What are the facts of America? It is also called the USA. It is also called the USA. USA means United States of America. United States of America. So what is the capital of America? Washington DC. What is the capital of America? Washington DC. All of you know, I think American currency is dollar. American currency is dollar. Let us discuss about the American Revolution 1765 to 1783. 1765 to 1783. So let us enter in America independence movement. How America got independence? In early modern period, they have a discovery of sea routes in different places. Accidentally in 1492, Columbus accidentally reached to the West Indies. After reached West Indies, Amerigo Vespucci, just he moved towards to the northwest side. He found a long country, very great land named America. Columbus unfortunately reached to the West Indies. He think that is India. But after Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci went to the West Indies and he found the great country named America in the name of Amerigo Vespucci. After the discovery of America, England and other European countries, they established their colonies in America. England established 13 colonies in east side of America. England established the 13 colonies in the east side of America. Most of them were occupied by the people who come from the England. These people, they does not want to live in England. They wanted freedom. They wanted independence from England. So these people came and they established their colonies. These people came and established their colonies in America. Whenever they established the colonies, everything happened. Trade was going on and opened workshops. They cultivated the land also. These people, they wanted to free from England. They wanted to free from the England, independent from the England, because there was a much competition in England. Whenever they came here, they felt it is flexible for their business and trade. Whenever they came here, whenever they came to America, they are very flexible. They have no competition. They have no competition. They have no competition in trade and business. Whenever they came England, making laws on these 13 colonies, these people, they wanted to free from England laws. But England made laws on these 13 colonies. England making rules in America. England making rules on America. The 13 colonies people, they have no voting right. England making laws on these 13 colonies, but they have no voting right. They have no power to participate in the England elections. They have no right to participate in the elections. So still these people of England making laws on these 13 colonies. On these 13 colonies. So it is enforced to accept the England laws. It is enforced to accept the laws. So till 1750s, US colonies were small and middle farmers and traders were there. 1750, US colonies were small farmers and small traders. No powerful landlords in America. In England, powerful landlords. What are the difference between the England and America? The difference between the England and America is, in England there was a powerful landlords. They have more land. But in America there was no powerful landlords. They have only small farmers and smaller traders. So no kings and no prince, no hereditary in America. There is no kings and no queens and no hereditary kings. But in England there was kings and queens ruled the England. And in England there is no equality. But in America there is a equality among the people. They were free from the priest. American people were free from the priest. But in England, priests dominated the king. So priests felt that they are the middleman to God and the people. Already we discussed in England revolution. In America, Christians are there, but there is no inequality. In America also there is a Christians, but there is no priest and there is no inequality. So that American people feel while England people enforcing law on USA. So why we have to follow the rules made by the England? So they are started to think. Finally, American people inspired by the ideas of intellectuals. Americans followed the intellectuals' opinions. Those time intellectuals are Tom Paine and Thomas Jefferson. They campaigned for the political freedom and freedom of thought. They campaigned the political freedom. The American people campaigned the political freedom and freedom of thought for all the people. So American and England people making trade, but most of laws were favor to English people. American and England people making trade, but most of laws were favor to the English people. So England Parliament passed the laws favor to the England. England passed the laws only favor to the England people, but not Americans. That's why American raised the slogan. That's why America raised the slogan: no taxation without the representation. No taxation without the representation. They call the slogan no taxation without representation. What is the representation? Representation means they don't have voting right. So they want voting rights. They want the voting rights. They want political rights. The American people want the political rights. So without representation, without voting right, without political parties, we don't pay the taxes. We don't pay the taxes. We don't pay the taxes. So, why we have paying taxes? So, they are raising a slogan. Why we have paying the taxes? We have no voting right. We have no participate in the elections. We have no political rights. Why we have pay the taxes to you? They asked like that. So, no taxes without revenue. It is inspired by most of Americans because England is always favored to the English people. Finally, in 1774, 12 colonies but one colony does not participate, that is Georgia. It is not participate or met in Philadelphia Conference. They met at Philadelphia in 1774. All 12 American colonies people met in a Philadelphia Conference. It is a city. These 12 colonies members discussed in related to taxes what we have to do. In this Congress, they protested against British. In this Congress, they protested against British. So, against British King George III. They protested against King George III. Who was the King of England during the American independence? Who was the King of the England at the time of American independence? Who is that? George III. George III. So, they requested we will not pay any taxes. The request, American people requested George III, we will not pay any taxes to you. So you take back your law. You take back your law. But King refused. Refused the request of the American people. And he was also tried to suppress it. He didn't support it to the American people, and he also suppressed the American people. Suppressed means he wanted to control them. So this led armed struggle. This led to be a armed struggle. This led a war between the England and USA. This is the first Philadelphia Conference. Second Philadelphia Conference was held in 1775. Second Philadelphia Conference was Second Philadelphia Congress. In Second Philadelphia Congress was tried to find a peaceful solution. Again the American people they request the king, you don't impose the taxes. Again the American people request the king, you don't give the taxes. You don't pay the taxes. You don't impose the taxes on them. So you don't impose any taxes without our permission. Then the king of England didn't listen. Then war was started. But the king of England didn't listen the words of the American people. So the king imposed the taxes on American people. So then the war was started in 1775 and it is ended in 1781. The war was started in 1775 and ended in 1781. In this struggle, in this war, America was won the war. So, with the help of French, who helped the America in the American Independence War? Yes, France helped the American people in American Independence War. Finally, this war between England and America, it was completely with the Treaty of Paris. This war was ended with the Treaty of Paris. Treaty of Paris. The war was ended in 1781 with the Treaty of Paris in 1783. U.S. the chief of the armed forces of George Washington led the armed forces. George Washington was led the armed forces. He was the George Washington. He was the President of the United States of America in 1789 to 1797. So then complete independence they got. Let us see the Declaration of Independence. Who declared the independence? When they met the Third Philadelphia Conference, it was held in 1776. They announced the independence in 1776, 4th July. They announced the independence in 1776, 4th July. 12 colonies they have decided to independence. The Declaration of Independence that was declared by the Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson. See children, he is Thomas Jefferson. He declared the independence. He write the Declaration of the Independence of the America. Declaration of the Independence of the America in 1776 Third Philadelphia Congress. They have declared Thomas Jefferson was the principal author of Declaration. Moreover, he also told all men are created equal. He told all men are created equal by the God. All men are declared all men are created equal and are endowed by the Creator. With the certain inalienable rights, including life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson declared that all men are created equal and are endowed by the Creator with the certain inalienable rights, including life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. So US became a republic in 1789. US became republic in 1789. It is adopted a Constitution of India. India became republic in 1950. January 26th. We celebrate Independence Day in January 26th. Moreover, US not ruled by the kings but elected by the people. On 1789 onwards. So US became republic in 1789 like our India. India became a republic in 1950. So children, this is the American Revolution and England Revolution or the Glorious Revolution. Children, now write your assignment. I will ask some questions and tell me the answers, and write these questions in your notebook and send to your school WhatsApp groups. The first question is, the war was held between king and parliament in England is called as. The war was held between the king and parliament in England is called as A. Civil War, B. Parliament War, C. World War, D. Revolution. What is the answer? Yes, the answer is A. Civil War. Next question. Who believed in the divine right of the kings? Who believed in the divine right of the kings? A. Charles I, B. James I, C. William of Orange, D. None of these. Answer is B. James I. Third question. The Treaty of Paris was held in. The Treaty of Paris was held in A. 1775, B. 1781, C. 1783, D. 1789. The answer is C. 1783. Next question. Who was the author of the Declaration of American Independence? Who was the author of the Declaration of American Independence? A. George Washington. B. Thomas Jefferson. C. Abraham Lincoln. D. Roosevelt. The answer is The answer is Thomas Jefferson. B. Thomas Jefferson. Next question. The American War of Independence came to an end with the Treaty of. The American War of Independence came to an end with the Treaty of A. New York. B. London. C. Paris. D. Philadelphia. The answer is C. Paris. Next question. Who was the author of the Social Contract? A. Rousseau. B. Thomas Hobbes. C. John Locke. D. Montesquieu. The answer is A. Rousseau. Next question. Glorious Revolution or Bloodless Revolution was held in. Glorious Revolution or Bloodless Revolution was held in A. India. B. England. C. France. D. Russia. The answer is B. England. Next question. The period of long Parliament of England from dash to dash. The period of long Parliament of England from dash to dash. A. 1640 to 1670. B. 1600 to 1620. C. 1640 to 1660. D. 1600 to 1650. The answer is 1640 to 1660. So the answer is C. England became a republic after the execution of. England became a republic after the execution of. The answer is A. Tudor. B. Philip. C. Charles I. D. Louis XV. The answer is C. Charles I. So thank you children. Thank you for listening my class. Thank you to the higher authorities of the Andhra Pradesh Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan for giving this opportunity. Thank you.